Hey, what's up, guys? UAL PCE here. Are you having trouble with mid ladder, especially when you're playing a Psycho deck like 2.6 Hog? Well, look no further. Take a look at some of my recordings of my 2.6 Hog games against mid ladder decks played by top ladder players. Look at him. Arena 23, best season Royal Champion. And yeah, look at this guy. He's an ultimate champion finisher with this very, very mid-ladder looking deck. Yeah. So I'm beating these players with 2.6 Hog. Okay, so without further ado, let's get into the games. Alright. So we've entered this game with just one Evo, that being Evo Skellies. I cycled it first, so I could get back to it quickly, and then started with an offensive Hog Rider. He spent quite a lot of elixir trying to defend, so now it's my turn to efficiently take his cards out. So I waited for the right moment and fireballed both his Valkyrie and the Wizard. It took a lot of precise timing, but it worked out pretty well. Okay, I couldn't fully counter his Valkyrie though, which is kind of sad. So my Ice Golem didn't get any damage, but it's honestly fine. Ice Spirit chip damage is quite welcome. I went with Musketeer in the back to prepare for his P.E.K.K.A. Yeah, so he went for Electro Wizard. I knew he was ramping up a huge push, so Hog Rider opposite lane to make him divert his elixir. Log Skellies and fireball his E-Wiz. Okay, I left the Musketeer to die because there's no point over defending a Musketeer. Okay, so I went for Ice Golem. Went for Goblin Tricky Barrel, so I Ice Spirited and only took a bit of damage. Okay, sorry for the background noise. Yeah, okay. So right now we're equal on elixir and I'm slightly up on damage. So I'm just waiting for him to spend his elixir. I just go Hog Rider so that he splits his damage between two lanes. Because with my deck, you can be very, very flexible. You don't have to stick to one lane, whereas for heavy decks like his, sticking to one lane is essential. I force an arrows out of him. We'll go for Musketeer because I know that he's going to play arrows. Ice Golem here for the E-Wiz. Ice Spirit to freeze the E-Wiz and yeah, just prevent it from doing any more attacks, which is pretty effective. He's so desperate, he's forced to go for a cannon, a last minute cannon and a Valkyrie too. And I end up getting one hit as I go Skellies in the back. Here I was a bit distracted, so I was leaking some elixir. Went for a pre-cannon, just to be safe. Got a bit of Musketeer damage. Ice Golem same lane because I know he's going to play P.E.K.K.A. and build up push in the same lane as me. So Musketeer in the back so I can cycle back to another one. And then Hog opposite lane. The key in a lot of these matchups when you're playing Hog is opposite lane. So now I go for my second cannon. Ice Spirit in the back was so that I could deal with the E-Wiz. Skellies here to distract the E-Wiz too. Okay, very nice. I'm back to my next Musketeer. Play Ice Spirit to distract the Wizard. And I go Hog opposite lane once more. He's unable to keep up with my cycle. I pre-fireball. I thought he was back to E-Wiz, but turns out the cycle is slower, but it doesn't matter. I'm up on damage. Now I was wondering whether to kite so I just kited the P.E.K.K.A. to the opposite lane so that it would go away from the Wizard, and so my Musketeer could deal with the Wizard. I also froze the Wizard. Also, if you notice, Evo Skellies for the Goblin Barrel, so I can counter cheaply and build another Hog push. So I did get a bit of damage. I just went for pre-cannon. Since he didn't have any building attacking win condition, went for Musketeer to deal with the P.E.K.K.A. He went for arrows, so that meant I could go for Skellies and Ice Spirit freely. Ice Spirit's very, very good against E-Wiz, and you don't need to place it right next to it. You can place it such that the E-Wiz will hit the Ice Spirit once before the Ice Spirit moves forward a bit and jumps onto the E-Wiz. It's a very good way of delaying the E-Wiz since it has a very, very slow attack speed. Okay, so now he goes for a Tricky Barrel, and I log his barrel. Play my next Ice Golem to keep the Musketeer alive. So, and I made the mistake of going same lane as the P.E.K.K.A. I wasn't paying attention because I was eating at that time. I was having lunch with a few friends. Okay, so now I go for Cannon, Fireball, Ice Golem, Ice Spirit. His cards are slow to attack, so I took advantage of that. And I made full use of my cycle cards like Ice Spirit, Skellies, Ice Golem to distract his troops and protect my important defensive cards like my Cannon, my Musketeer, Ice Golem to distract the Ewis and kite the P.E.K.K.A. So you got to make full use of whatever defensive resources you have. Hog, Ice Spirit, and then Evil Skellies, not to fully counter his P.E.K.K.A. because I know he'll arrows, but to bait Elixir out of him. And now he goes in for P.E.K.K.A. and all that. I play Cannon, Ice Spirit to protect the Cannon, and yeah, very, very perfect defense. I'm up by at least 1,200 damage against the 9,000 trophy player. So my defense was really, really, really solid. I managed to split the damage evenly between my two lanes, and I was quite flexible with my lane switching to, okay, this is a Evo draft, so we'll ignore that. Now let's take a look at my game against P.E.K.K.A. Mega Knight Hog. Yeah, which is traditionally a very, very difficult matchup for many mid-ladder players. Yeah. And if I were playing X-Bow, I would struggle a lot. Okay, he goes for Hog Rider first play. I play Cannon. Yeah. And he has Hog, Ewis. I realize it's a mid-ladder deck. Okay, I Fireball his Ewis because, I don't know, it's just going to be a sooner or later thing. Okay, but maybe it put me at an elixir deficit, so maybe it wasn't the best idea, but it knocked the Ewis back and probably allowed me to get another hit. He goes for Mega Knight in the back. Okay, interesting move, but this gives me time to prepare. I go for Musketeer in the back. Given that he hasn't played anything for quite a while, I'm guessing he's going to play P.E.K.K.A. So, okay, I start off with Ice Spirit, Ice Golem to kite, and Skellies to block the Musketeer. So here, so now my Musketeer retarget onto his Musketeer, and my Musketeer survives with a bit of health. His Mega Knight is basically dead, and now I start pushing on the right lane. Okay, he goes for P.E.K.K.A. Very, very, very solid move and fully counters my Hog Rider. Very good play by him. And of course, it's not surprising given that this is coming from an Ultimate Champion player. I go for a high up Ice Spirit and I kite with the Ice Golem such that it kites the Valkyrie away so that I have time to go for Evil Skellies. But even if he arrows the Evil Skellies, my Musketeer still can kill the P.E.K.K.A. But anyway, I go for a Hog knowing that he's low on elixir, because if I play Evil Skellies on your expensive P.E.K.K.A. and you still arrow the Evil Skellies, the one elixir Evil Skellies, I know you have to be very down after doing all of these things. Okay, so he's really, really low on elixir, and I got a ton of damage while ensuring perfect defense at the same time. So now all I did was just cycle log. He went for a Hog thinking I was low on elixir, and I got a positive trade with the Cannon. So it's pretty good, honestly. Okay, sorry for the background noise, that's my brothers. Okay, so I go for Ice Spirit at the bridge, just, playing cycle moves, like cycling stuff in the back. He goes for Evil P.E.K.K.A. in the back, so that's my signal to go Hog opposite lane. Okay, he goes for Evil Mega Knight. So now it's the real challenge, okay? Defending these two heavy cards. As you can see, I got nothing much, just Musketeer and Ice Golem. I go for pre-cannon, even though he has Hog Rider, because I know his cycle is pretty slow. Okay, so what I do? Ice Spirit, okay, Ice Golem to kite, Fireball the Ewis, Skellies to distract the P.E.K.K.A., the Evil P.E.K.K.A., Skellies, and then I cycled my cannon early on so that I could go for something for a second cannon. Okay, his Hog does get some damage, but I go in for a Hog Rider, offensive Hog Rider. I know he's gonna to Mega Knight, and I was right, but so my Ice Spirit did get some value here. I fireballed and logged. Yeah, now he goes for Hog Rider. So I play Cannon down here. Skellies. Mega Knight. The Ice Golem, sorry. Ice Spirit to freeze the Musketeer. And I just took the Musketeer damage on the left. Hog Rider to kite the Valkyrie. Skellies down low to deal with it. Okay, he goes for Evil Mega Knight, rendering my entire Hog Rider useless. Now, it's kind of stressful for me. I just go for Musketeer in the back. Now I have to delay his P.E.K.K.A. Mega Knight push. Very, very stressful stuff. Okay, Hog Rider to deal with this. Evil Skellies were sacrificed. Ice Golem here. And Cannon, last minute Cannon. Oh, okay, that was bad. I went for Ice Spirit and Log to take everything out. I was very, very desperate here. I already messed up against an ultimate champion player. Yeah, his pressuring skills are really, really insane. I go for High Cannon. Okay, he goes for Evil P.E.K.K.A. same lane. I know I'm kind of dead. I get maximum defensive value out of my Ice Spirit here. I lock his Musketeer and Hog so that my Musketeer can take his Musketeer out. He goes in for Mega Knight and I Fireball, pre-Fireball, and I'm not sure how I got some damage. But it doesn't matter. Now I have to kite his Mega Knight away with Ice Golem. Cannon down, Skeletons, Ice Spirit, everything. You just need to do whatever I can to distract his stuff. Ice Golem here, I know his Mega Knight is dead. Okay, his P.E.K.K.A. can't take my Hog Rider out, and I just Fireball. So I'm leading by 740 damage. Very, very solid win. Yeah, but the defense was pretty stressful. Now up against a double evil mid ladder deck. He's playing E-Barbs, Giant Skelly, Rocket, and all kinds of weird stuff. Evil Wizard. That's very, very mid ladder. Very, very weird. But we're all good. I go for Hog first play. That's your typical starting cycle. He goes for Scammy. Okay, I don't get any damage. Sure. And the worst part was he went for minor, so my Ice Spirit was useless. I had to go for a Log. No, my Ice Golem was bad. I just sacrificed it, an Ice Golem. And I logged. Yeah, I was on the train when I was playing this. The internet connection was bad, so I fumbled a lot at the start. I just went Musketeer in the back. When Hog opposite lane, he rocketed, so he had practically no elixir to defend. Now I just focused on kiting his Giant Skeleton, Ice Spirit, Ice Golem. I know his bats will die, so my Ice Golem will survive long enough to get to kite his Giant Skelly, and allowing me to take most of it down. And then all I have to do right now is just kite it one more time with the Skellies. Musketeer snipe the Giant Skelly right before it reaches. Log, Ice Spirit. Okay, Ice Spirit was a bit far away, but better safe than sorry. As long as the Ice Spirit does its freezing, then it's fine. I go for an Ice Golem, but I know he's just going to play Scammy on it. Yeah, and he's going to take my Musketeer out. Skelly's here, and I already took some damage before I finally fireballed. I was really lagging a lot. And my cycle was pretty awkward, so not a great thing. I went for Hog Rider and Ice Spirit because he was caught in an awkward cycle, and I did get a decent amount of damage. Okay. So right now we're even on Elixir, but he has a Wizard on the map, so I need to counter it as efficiently as possible. So that's with an Ice Golem down low. And that's a full counter there. And my Ice Golem survives with just a tiny little bit of health. He leaks some elixir. I cycled Log at the bridge. Bad move, but sure. Musketeer in the back. He's gonna rocket. Yeah, okay. I just go Evil Skellies right. Okay, I go for Hog Evil Skellies. Interesting play. I play Ice Golem to kite his stuff away. Evil Skellies is to force his arrows out, and a low Musketeer to take his miner out too. Okay, nice Ice Golem Death Bomb. I lock from below. Skellies to kite. Okay, he gets some rocket value. I play Hog to get his Giant Skelly up, and I go for pre-Fireball in case he played E-Barbs, but he went for late E-Barbs, allowing my Hog to get 2 hits, which is pretty solid. Ice Golem kite, Musketeer down low to take his miner out and to deal with the E-Barbs. Ice Spirit and Hog, and also with a pre-lock to take his entire Scammy out. Yeah, so when you play against these players, they become kind of predictable after a while. Okay, now I just go for a cannon to be safe before I finally fireball. I don't want him pulling off any last minute tricks. Oh, he actually could have rocketed me if he cycled back quickly enough, so I can't really count this as an actual win. Oops. Yeah. But to be fair, I fumbled a lot at the start. Okay, here I lost against Goblin Giant Sparky. I mean, yeah, I really wasn't paying attention at the end, so I deserved the loss. But otherwise, I was actually winning for quite a while. Okay, so in this matchup, I went for Hog first play. Typical start, and I froze his E-Wiz, allowing my Hog to get 2 hits minimally, maybe even a third one. Nope. Okay, perfect defense. This is how you fully counter an E-Wiz. Yeah, as you can see, I just perfectly countered it. I think I was so overwhelmed by the once in the blue moon perfect play that I stopped playing properly afterwards, I guess. Okay, here I fireballed his firecracker at the last moment, possibly a bad idea, and the beginning of my doom. He goes Goblin Giant in the back. It's a bad sign for me. Okay, and I just pre-cannon. Apparently Goblin Giant does not get kited easily anymore. Go for Hog, okay. He goes for Mini P.E.K.K.A. Skellies, he arrows, okay. Go for Musketeer here. Ice Spirit, Log. Okay, that's a solid play. Now I know that we're both low on elixir, so I'd be better off letting my Musketeer just do its stuff. And yeah, I did get some damage out of it. Yeah. So things are going pretty well so far, but he's playing a heavy deck, so he'll really crush me later on in the game. I go for a Hog opposite lane from my weaker tower. He goes for a quick Mini P.E.K.K.A, which is a good play by him. Go for Evil Skellies on his Mini P.E.K.K.A, I think. Yeah. He arrows, so I kite the Mini P.E.K.K.A with Ice Golem. I also play Musketeer, and I wasn't paying much attention, so I went for a bad cannon. I didn't realize that Goblin Giant was really so far down, so I had to make a last minute save. Here I just let my Musketeer cook. Went for Hog opposite lane, and also logged the guards. But it was a pretty useless log. I went for high cannon, and I took some damage from his guards too. Very, very bad play here. But my Skellies took his stuff out pretty efficiently. I went for Hog opposite lane, and I fireballed his Mini P.E.K.K.A. Might not have been the best play, but it should suffice. I go for a log and a bad Ice Golem kite, honestly. Once again, his evil Gob Giant, his Gob Giant gets pushed away by the cannon, and I end up by the Sparky from my cannon, and I end up losing basically. Yeah. So I couldn't really activate my King Tower throughout the matchup. It was pretty bad. I went for a pre-Musketeer. Tried to go for Ice Spirit, but I was too late. I was really fumbling this matchup. I was on the train after all. As you can see, my past few games were not of the best quality. Okay, I fireballed. Try to get damage. Okay, and really tried to freeze everything. My Musketeer just kept dying. And messed up cannon, yeah. My timing was really, really off, and actually I might have been able to clutch that matchup if I were in the right conditions, but I guess you can't win every matchup. Okay, I had a bad lose streak with Logbait, and ooh, this is one interesting game against Lava Hound, which is traditionally a weakness of 2.6 Hog, but given that I don't think he had Miner, yeah, given that he didn't have Miner, it was actually a relatively manageable matchup apart from the lightning that he had, which meant that I had to pre-cycle my Musketeers. Okay, I got early game Ice Spirit damage. I decided to lock his Bomber because I would have to do it sooner or later. Ice Golem in the back, and then I needed something to deal with the other Skeleton Dragon on the other side, so maybe just a Hog. So I played Hog here. Okay, and my Hog did get a bit of damage, and now I had to deal with the Goblin Brawler, Ice Spirit, followed by Skellies, and then I had to lock last second. Not exactly the best position for me right now. I went in for an early Ice Golem. I was afraid he'll go Balloon opposite lane if I went for Musketeer for his Lava Hound. If I just went Hog opposite lane, not sure what he did. He played Bomber. Okay, cool. And now I played Musketeer for his Lava Hound, and he played Lightning on everything, which was, I suppose, a good play by him. Now I had to ignore the left side and really focus on the right side. Okay, he played Flying Machine, so I just fireballed everything. And Ice Spirit, Ice Golem for for his lava pups and everything. I went Hog opposite lane knowing that he was kind of low on elixir. And I was right. It was a trade on both sides. Okay, he played Evo Cage to deal with my Hog. And yeah, we were pretty even. And this might turn out to be a 2-tower game. Now my next strategy would be to counter his Evo Cage when it comes out by playing Evo Skellies. Okay, I logged first. Okay, he played Fire Spirit, so he basically predicted my Evo Skellies, which was a nice play by him. Play Ice Golem to kite. Ooh, but the brawler did get a bit of damage. Okay, nice offensive Hog Rider. And also pre-cycled my Musketeer knowing that he would Lightning. I also waited a bit before fireballing his Flying Machine, which managed to catch one of his Skelly Dragons. High Ice Spirit to freeze. And now I'm back with my next Musketeer. Okay, his Evo Bomber did get a ton of damage, and I just went for High Cannon. Now it's really a 2-tower game, and I was down. So he went for Lava Hound, and knowing that he was not that high on elixir compared to me, I went very, 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 very offensive, and yeah, I was quite aggressive, but it didn't really turn out well. Pre-cycled my Musketeer. Okay, he had Flying Machine, so I just fireballed. Okay, Lightning. So I played Ice Golem followed by Hog Rider to get some quick damage. Okay, he played Skelly Dragons, so I just had to wait for my fireball, which was perfect. I managed to catch everything. And he also played a Flying Machine right into my Musketeer, which was a bad play by him. I could ignore the Bomber. Now what I did was I went for a log first so that I could play Ice Golem and Hog Rider at the same time. So I played Evo Skellies to catch the cage too, which was a good play. I managed to predict him, and I also fireballed so that I could take all of his defending troops away. Take all his defending troops out and secure our win. As you can see, many of these games were kind of close. They weren't exactly I didn't really win by such a huge margin, but yeah. So this is how you play. You go opposite lane, and get your micros right. Do not blunder. Okay, so now we're in our live game. Let's see how things go. So Hog Rider first play. Okay, we're gonna play Skellies for. Wait, is this a mirror matchup? Oh wait, I think it is, and somehow I did manage to get a bit of damage. Okay, no, it isn't a mirror matchup. Okay, interesting. Okay, we are going to take quite a bit of damage here, but it's fine, honestly. He spent quite a bit of elixir, so I can just dump my entire elixir bar right here. Ooh, and we do get a lot of damage. He misses my Hog, and Ice Golem death damage would take the Skellies out. Okay, we got a lot of early game damage, and now you can go in for Royal Hogs. So just cycle Skellies in the back. Now I'm just going to go for Fireball on his Royal Hogs. Okay, he goes for Archer Queen, so I just go Ice Golem in the back to deal with that. And Musketeer 2. Okay, and I'm just going to. Okay, good. That was nice. Okay, hopefully we can preserve our Musketeer. Okay, that's very nice. Oh, and we do manage to take the Skellies out with my Ice Spirit. So very, very nice interaction so far. I think my next play will be to go Cannon here. Cannon and Evo Skellies for his Royal Hogs. That's my plan. In the meantime, I'll just go Ice Golem in the back, and I just wait for his stuff. I'm going to go log first. Musketeer in the back. Did he just leave the game? Possibly. Okay, I'm just gonna go Hog Rider. Okay, sure. I'll just 3-crown him. Pretty disappointing matchup. This is not exactly the model game that I would like to show. Okay, but this does demonstrate the incredible cycling power of 2.6 Hog.